My girlfriend publicly admitted cheating on me because I was boring in bed and humiliated me online. I calmly planned her downfall. Now she faces jail and was disowned by her family, while her lover lost his job and his wife. I am 28 years old. I am a mechanical engineer at a manufacturing company, and I make about $87,000 a year. I am not rich, but I live comfortably. I drive a decent car. I have a small house that I inherited from my grandmother, and I have always been quite responsible with money. I started investing right after college, and I have managed to build a good emergency fund and some savings. I am not going to lie to you. I am not the most exciting person in the world. I am about 1.78 meters tall with an average build. Nothing spectacular. I exercise regularly, but I am not a gym addict. I play softball on the weekends and restore old motorcycles in my garage. A middle-class guy with a pretty ordinary life. 3 years ago, I met Jessica at a downtown coffee shop. She was 25, and, my goodness, she was beautiful. Instagram model level. Long blonde hair, perfect curves. She knew exactly how to dress to highlight her figure. She had this way of making you feel like you were the only person in the room when she talked to you. Very, very out of my league, but somehow I got her number. Our first date should have been a huge red flag, but I was thinking with the wrong head. We went to a fancy Italian restaurant downtown, and she immediately ordered the most expensive dish on the menu, plus an appetizer and dessert. When the bill came, she started rummaging through her purse and said, "Oh, how embarrassing. I think I left my wallet at home." Classic move. No, but I was so smitten by this beautiful woman paying attention to me that I just laughed and paid the $120. The second date was the same, the third was the same. By the fourth date, she did not even pretend to look for her purse. She would just smile and say, "Thanks, love." When I handed her my card, I convinced myself that this was how things worked when you dated a high-maintenance woman. The intimacy was incredible, that is for sure. Jessica knew exactly what she was doing in bed. She made me feel like a stud. She told me how amazing I was, that no one had ever made her feel that way before. All that stuff that inflates a man's ego. Looking back, it was probably all an act, but at the time I believed it. She moved in with me after about 8 months, saying that her situation with her roommate had become toxic. She claimed her roomie was jealous of our relationship and was making her life impossible. Of course, she contributed nothing to the rent, utilities, groceries, or any household expenses. When I brought it up, she would start crying, saying I was making her feel bad about her financial situation, or she would seduce me to change the subject. Jessica did not work much either. She had a part-time job in social media marketing that maybe brought in between $300 and $400 in a good month. The rest of the time, she said she was building her personal brand, which basically meant taking selfies and posting inspirational quotes on Instagram. She had about 3,200 followers and talked all the time about how she was going to be a big influencer someday. Meanwhile, I was funding her entire lifestyle. Designer clothes from Nordstrom, expensive makeup and beauty products, daily Starbucks coffees that cost between 8 and 12, weekly nail appointments, monthly hair appointments, and regular shopping sprees at the mall. She convinced me that this was normal, that a real man takes care of his woman, and that I should feel lucky to have such a beautiful girlfriend who made me look good. The craziest thing is that Jessica actually came from a wealthy family, but she acted like an independent woman struggling to get by. Her dad, Vincent, owns 3 very successful mechanic shops in the city, and her mom, Lisa, runs a marketing boutique for small businesses. They live in a huge house in the suburbs and drive matching Lexus SUVs. But Jessica always played the "I do not want daddy's money, I am making my own way" card, all while bleeding me dry. I was even planning to propose. I had picked out a $7,800 engagement ring and was planning to pop the question on our 3-year anniversary next month. Thank God I did not buy it, because everything was about to go to hell. The thing is, during those 3 years, Jessica told me everything about her life. When you live with someone and they have complete trust in you, they tell you all their secrets. Family dramas, shady business deals, everything. She had no filter when talking about her family's questionable practices or her own under-the-table businesses. Information I never thought I would need to use against her. 2 weeks ago, everything changed when I woke up at 6 in the morning on a Tuesday to my phone vibrating nonstop. I thought it was something from work or a family emergency. Instead, I had 127 Instagram notifications, 48 text messages, 19 missed calls, and my direct messages were blowing up with people I had not seen in years. With trembling hands, I opened Instagram and saw what Jessica had posted. She uploaded a story and a regular post, making sure it reached the maximum number of people. Time to be 100% real with everyone. I am tired of living a lie. I have been cheating on Ryan for 4 months with Derek, because honestly, Ryan is absolutely pathetic in bed, like watching paint dry. He is so boring. Derek knows how to treat a real woman. Maybe if you were not such a loser and boring in every aspect of life, you would not have gotten cheated on. It was time for an upgrade to a real man, living my truth. Upgrade complete. Bye, boy. Derek is amazing. She tagged me in the post. She tagged my coworkers who followed her on social media. She tagged my boss. She tagged my sister and my mom. She tagged guys from my softball team. She did not just post this for her 3,200 followers. She made sure that absolutely everyone in my life saw that post. The comments were brutal and kept pouring in. Yes, Queen, you finally left that loser. Derek is so much hotter than Ryan. Major upgrade, girl. It is about time you found someone who deserves you. Get that good D, baby. You deserve the best. Ryan never deserved you. He is so basic. Derek treats you like the queen you are. Her best friend, Amanda, commented, "Finally, I have been telling you for months. You needed to get rid of that boring guy." Another friend wrote, "Yes, baby. Life is too short for bad sex and boring men." Some people defended me, mostly my family, real friends, and some coworkers who knew me well, but their voices were drowned out by Jessica's friends and followers, who were treating this like a celebration. My sister Katie commented, "Jessica, what the hell is wrong with you? Ryan deserves so much better than this." My mom also tried to defend me. "This is disgusting behavior, Jessica. Ryan has done nothing but love and support you." But the damage was done. My coworkers were taking screenshots of all this crap and passing it around the office group chat. My boss had already seen it. My mother was calling me, crying, asking what had happened and if I was okay. My friends from the softball team were blowing up my phone asking if it was all real. I sat on the bed for probably 30 minutes, just staring at my phone, watching the comments pile up and the likes go up. 3 years of my life with this woman, over 60,000 spent supporting her lifestyle during that time. I was planning our future together, thinking about marriage and kids, while she was apparently sleeping with some guy named Derek and laughing about it with her friends. But here is the important part. Instead of calling her immediately, confronting her, or breaking down in tears, something different switched on in me. Maybe it was my engineering side, but I started to think about this problem systematically. Jessica had just declared public war on me, trying to humiliate and emotionally castrate me in front of everyone I know. She wanted to play dirty. Fine, let us play dirty. I started taking screenshots of everything. The original post, every comment, every reaction. I took screenshots of her friends encouraging her and celebrating my humiliation. Then I opened my laptop and started putting together a plan. You see, Jessica made a crucial mistake during our 3 years together. She trusted me completely and told me absolutely everything about her life. Her family's businesses, her little under-the-table hustles, her secrets, her lies, everything. She had no filter when she was comfortable, and she had been very comfortable with me for a long time. She basically handed me all the ammunition I needed to systematically destroy every aspect of her life, and I planned to use every last bit of it. This is what Jessica never wanted anyone to know about her independent woman lifestyle. It was a complete and total lie from day one. While she was playing the self-made entrepreneur on social media, her parents were actually funding a good part of her life. Her car, Vincent, her father, was a co-signer on the lease and paid half of the monthly payments. Her cell phone bill, car insurance, health insurance, gym membership, all of that was paid for by mom and dad. She received about $800 a month from them in various allowances that she claimed were payments for helping them with their social media. Spoiler, she never did any real work for them. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. The really serious stuff was what Jessica confessed to me, drunk, about her family's businesses. Vincent's mechanic shops were running multiple scams that Jessica found hilarious. He would charge insurance companies for work that was never done. He would use generic parts but bill them as original, and he would inflate the labor hours on every job. Jessica told me stories about how her father would brag at family dinners about screwing over the insurance companies and how he was making an extra $40,000 a year from these frauds. Even worse, Vincent was paying several employees under the table to avoid paying payroll taxes. Jessica helped him set up a shell company to divert money for tax purposes. She knew all the details because she helped him create fake invoices and documents when she worked at the shop during college summers. Her mom's marketing business, Lisa's, was also shady as hell. She would dramatically inflate project costs for her small business clients, charging for work that her freelancers did for a fraction of the price and pocketing the difference. Lisa also failed to report a significant portion of her cash payments to evade taxes. Jessica knew this because she helped her hide cash and create fake receipts when she needed extra spending money. And Jessica herself had been committing tax fraud for the last 2 years. All that income she claimed was $300 or $400 a month from social media marketing was actually more like $2,000 to $2,500 a month from sponsorships and affiliate marketing, but she only declared half of it on her taxes. She had shown me her PayPal and Venmo statements while bragging about how smart she was for beating the system. She also had a small illegal business selling counterfeit bags and jewelry on Instagram, telling her followers they were authentic products when she was actually buying them wholesale from China for $30 and reselling them for between $300 and $500. Her followers had no idea they were buying fakes. I spent a full day putting together complete folders of evidence, screenshots of Jessica's infidelity post, all the comments from her friends, bank statements showing the undeclared income. She used my laptop for all her finances because hers was too slow. I had PayPal and Venmo records with all her unreported earnings, photos of the fake designer merchandise she sold, and text message conversations where she bragged about her family's illegal business practices. I also gathered documentation of the financial support she secretly received from her parents, photos of cash payments I saw Lisa receive from clients, screenshots of conversations where Jessica detailed her father's insurance frauds. Then I started drafting a series of carefully written reports and emails. A detailed tax fraud report addressed to the IRS for Jessica, Vincent, and Lisa. A consumer fraud and insurance fraud complaint to the state attorney general for Vincent's mechanic shops. An intellectual property complaint to several major designer brands for Jessica's counterfeiting operation. And a comprehensive email to her parents with every screenshot of the infidelity post, explaining how their princess had been spilling all the family secrets to her pathetic boyfriend. I spent another full day reviewing everything, making sure I had solid evidence for every claim I was making. Then, on Thursday at 9 in the morning, I sent everything simultaneously and sat back to wait for the fireworks. While I waited for the government agencies to process my reports, I decided to do a little research on Derek, the real man Jessica was bragging about. It took me about 45 minutes to find him on social media. Derek Rodriguez, 31 years old, a personal trainer at a CrossFit gym on the other side of town. And what did I find? This real man who knows how to treat a woman was married. Not just married, his wife was 8 months pregnant with their first child. Derek's Instagram was full of blessed husband and future father posts, gym selfies with motivational quotes, and photos with his wife, Sophia, at baby-related events. Sophia's profile was filled with photos of her pregnancy, posts about preparing the nursery, and excitement about meeting their miracle baby the following month. This made Jessica's betrayal even more disgusting. Not only was she cheating on me, she was helping that piece of trash cheat on his pregnant wife and was publicly bragging about it as if it were an accomplishment. So I put together another folder, this time for Sophia. Screenshots of Jessica's post mentioning Derek by name. Photos of Derek and Jessica together that I found in her Instagram stories from the past few months. Screenshots of text conversations where Jessica bragged to her friends about stealing another woman's man and said that married men know what they want. I sent it all to Sophia via direct message on Instagram along with a simple message. I am sorry to be the one to tell you this, but I thought you deserved to know what your husband has been doing behind your back. I just found out my girlfriend has been cheating on me with Derek. From what she posted, it seems this has been going on for months. I have included evidence of everything. I am so sorry you have to deal with this, especially with the baby so close. But I was not done destroying Jessica's social media presence yet. You see, Jessica's entire self-worth and identity were completely tied to her Instagram account and the image she projected online. Those 3,200 followers were her world. She checked her likes and comments obsessively, and her entire day could be ruined if a post did not perform well. So I decided to destroy that too, systematically. I created several anonymous accounts and started commenting on her infidelity post with truths she could not deny. Why do you not tell them that Ryan paid your rent and all your bills for 3 years while you were building your brand? Are you not going to mention that Derek is married and his wife is pregnant? What about the $7,800 engagement ring Ryan was saving up for you? Did you not say you were an independent woman? Where is all that independence money coming from? Your real man is about to be a dad with someone else. How is that working out for you? I also contacted several mutual friends who had defended me in the comments and shared more context about Jessica's financial situation and Derek's marital status. The news spread quickly through our social circle. In less than 6 hours, the narrative in the comments completely changed. Jessica's own followers began to turn on her. You were using this guy financially for 3 years, and then you cheated on him? That is disgusting. Derek is married and his wife is pregnant. Girl, what is wrong with you? This is so wrong, Jessica. Ryan did not deserve this. So, you are basically admitting you are a family-wrecking gold digger. This is not cute, it is psychotic behavior. Imagine being so cruel to someone who was planning to propose to you. Jessica started desperately deleting negative comments, but people were already taking screenshots and reposting them. She was losing followers at an astonishing rate, and the few comments that remained were from people harshly criticizing her. Her best friend, Amanda, tried to defend her. You guys do not know the whole story. Jessica has been unhappy for months, but no one bought it. Being unhappy does not justify cheating with a married man or publicly humiliating someone. By Friday night, Jessica had deleted the original post, but it was too late. The screenshots were everywhere, and her reputation was completely destroyed. Meanwhile, Sophia responded with a long, heartbreaking message. She told me she already suspected something was going on, but Derek made her feel crazy every time she confronted him. She thanked me for giving her the proof she needed and said she was starting the divorce process immediately. But the best was yet to come. The following Monday, the real consequences began to arrive like a runaway train. The IRS does not play games when you hand them a detailed report with solid evidence, and state agencies take consumer fraud very seriously. Vincent received a surprise visit at his main shop at 8 in the morning from state investigators. They seized all his financial records, computers, and client files on the spot. All 3 shops were shut down pending a full investigation into the insurance fraud allegations. Vincent had to hire an expensive lawyer immediately and was facing possible criminal charges, not just financial penalties. Lisa's boutique marketing firm was hit even harder. IRS agents showed up at her office and froze all her business accounts while they conducted an audit. They also seized client files and financial records from the last 3 years. Several of her clients were contacted directly about the inflated charges, and the news spread quickly in the small business community. Lisa's reputation was completely destroyed overnight, and Jessica received an official notice informing her that she owed $18,000 in back taxes, plus penalties and interest for undeclared income over the last 2 years. The IRS compared her social media posts and her lifestyle with payment processor records and found everything she had been hiding. They also opened an investigation into her counterfeit designer goods operation after receiving complaints from several major brands. But the best part was her parents' reaction when they realized what had happened. Vincent called me at work on Tuesday morning, completely beside himself. Ryan, what the hell did you do to my family? My business is shut down. The state is investigating me. My wife's company is destroyed. This is all your fault. I acted completely clueless. I have no idea what you were talking about, Vincent. Maybe you should ask Jessica about what she has been posting on social media lately. I am just trying to move on with my life after she publicly humiliated me. You were the one who sent information about our businesses. Jessica told us you reported us. Jessica told you that? Interesting. So she is admitting she shared details about your business practices with me. Why would she do that if everything was legal and above board? The line went silent for a moment, and then Vincent exploded. That stupid girl promised us she never talked business with you. That night, Jessica finally tried to call me for the first time since her post. She left me 23 voicemails over the course of 3 days, and she sounded increasingly desperate. Ryan, please, pick up. My parents are freaking out and blaming me for everything that is happening. The IRS says I owe them almost $20,000. How is that possible? I need help understanding this. Derek blocked me on everything and is not answering my calls. His wife is posting things about me on Facebook, calling me a homewrecker. My dad's shops are closed, and he says it is my fault for talking to you about business stuff. I never thought you would use that against us. Please, I know you are mad, but I am desperate. My parents kicked me out of the house, and I have nowhere to go. I will do anything to fix this, Ryan. I made a huge mistake, and I am so sorry. Please, call me back. But I was just getting started with my revenge. The systematic destruction of Jessica's life was only in phase 2. While she was dealing with her family crisis and her tax problems, I executed the final phase of my plan. I had been thinking about this situation for over a week, and I realized I still had one more nuclear option, one that would completely destroy her. Jessica's identity and social circle were built around being the attractive, successful influencer with a generous boyfriend who funded her lifestyle. Her self-esteem was completely tied to projecting an image of success and independence on social media. What if I completely destroyed that image and showed everyone who she really was? I posted a detailed post on my own Instagram account, my first post in over 4 months. Since many people have been asking me about Jessica's recent post, I think it is time to share some facts. This is what our 3-year relationship was really like. I have receipts, bank statements, and records showing that I spent over $60,000 supporting someone who contributed virtually nothing to our home or the relationship's expenses. While she was posting about living her truth and calling me pathetic, she was hiding the fact that she has not had a real full-time job in over 2 years, never paid rent or utilities, and was spending my money on designer clothes while planning to let me spend $7,800 on an engagement ring that she herself picked out, all while cheating on me for months. The same person who called me boring and pathetic has been completely financially dependent on someone she clearly does not respect. She built her entire lifestyle and her social media presence on my back while laughing about it in secret with her friends. Explain to me how that makes sense. I included a collage with a month's worth of bank statements with Jessica's expenses highlighted, $3,400 in just 1 month. Screenshots of messages where she bragged about not having to work because Ryan pays for everything. A photo of the engagement ring I was planning to buy. Screenshots of her Instagram showing off expensive clothes and jewelry that I had paid for. The response was immediate and absolutely devastating for her. My post was shared hundreds of times across different platforms. Jessica's carefully constructed image was completely annihilated. The few followers she had left commented things like, "So she was basically a prostitute, but bad at her job. This is the most embarrassing thing I have ever seen on social media. Imagine biting the hand that feeds you and then acting like you are the victim." I am not surprised she cheated. She was probably bored all day spending someone else's money. The audacity to call someone pathetic when you are a grown woman with no job living off your boyfriend. This girl really thought she was a big deal, and it turns out she was just an expensive pet. But things got even worse. Derek's wife, Sophia, did not just confront her husband in private, she exploded on social media. She posted a long post on Facebook with screenshots of Jessica's messages, where she bragged about stealing another woman's husband and referred to Sophia as a basic pregnant woman who cannot satisfy her man. Sophia's post said, "This is the woman who has been sleeping with my husband while I am pregnant with our first child." She knew he was married and still proudly told her friends about it. She called me basic and said I cannot satisfy a real man. This is what a homewrecker looks like. Someone so desperate for validation that she is willing to destroy a family and brag about it on the internet. Sophia's post went completely viral in our city's Facebook groups. Jessica was completely torn apart by hundreds of strangers calling her everything. Her Instagram and Facebook were filled with hate messages from Sophia's friends and family. Someone even found her LinkedIn profile and left reviews calling her unprofessional and morally bankrupt. Meanwhile, the government investigations were moving quickly. Vincent ended up losing all 3 of his mechanic shops when the state revoked his business licenses. He was facing criminal charges for insurance fraud and had to declare bankruptcy. Lisa's marketing firm was completely destroyed. Not only were her accounts frozen, but her reputation was ruined in the business community and all her clients left her. Jessica's tax situation worsened when the IRS expanded its investigation and discovered her counterfeit products operation. Now she was also facing possible criminal charges for trademark infringement, in addition to tax fraud. Her parents blamed her for destroying the entire family's livelihood and kicked her out of the house completely. Vincent told the neighbors that Jessica was dead to them and that she had ruined 3 generations of hard work with her big mouth. With no family support, no income, growing legal debts, and her reputation destroyed, Jessica was basically broke, unemployed, and had become the laughingstock of the entire city's social media. She was sleeping on her friends' couches, but that did not last either, because even they got tired of the drama and the shame of being associated with her. The systematic destruction of Jessica Martinez was complete. 3 weeks after the Instagram post that started this whole saga, and 1 week after I posted the evidence that obliterated her reputation, Jessica finally swallowed what little pride she had left and came crawling back. She showed up at my workplace on a Friday afternoon, but the security staff would not let her up to my floor. I saw her from my office window, sitting in the lobby for over 4 hours waiting for me to come down. She looked terrible. No makeup, her hair pulled back in a greasy ponytail, wearing old sweatpants and a wrinkled t-shirt. This was the woman who used to take an hour and a half to get ready just to go to the supermarket. When I finally left the building at 6 in the evening, she was still there. She jumped up from her seat and tried to approach me, but I kept walking towards my car. She followed me through the parking lot, talking the whole time. "Ryan, please, just give me 5 minutes to explain. I know I made an unforgivable mistake. I was stupid and cruel, and I threw away the best thing I ever had in my life for someone who did not even care about me. Derek used me and dropped me as soon as his wife found out. Now I have nothing. My parents hate me. I have no money, no friends, no place to live. I know you hate me, but I am begging you, help me fix this." I got in the car without a word and drove away. But it did not end there. Over the next week, she sent me 31 text messages. "Here are some highlights. I saw your mom at Target today, and she would not even look at me. She used to hug me and ask how I was. Now she treats me like I am invisible. The IRS is garnishing what little I have left from old sponsorship income. I cannot even afford to eat. My dad could lose everything because of the investigations, and it is all my fault. My family will never forgive me. I cannot afford my car, and it is going to be repossessed next week. I will not have a way to get to job interviews. I have been eating only instant noodles and peanut butter sandwiches for 2 weeks. I have lost 15 pounds, and I look horrible. Derek's wife posted another thing about me on Facebook, and now complete strangers are writing to me to call me a slut and a homewrecker. I applied to 47 jobs this week, and no one will hire me. I think they Google my name and see everything that is online. Please, Ryan, I know you are reading this. I will do anything to fix it. I will sign a contract saying I owe you $75,000 if you help me get back on my feet. I know you have every right to hate me, but I am desperate. You are the only person who ever truly cared about me. I will work 3 jobs if I have to. I will pay you back every single cent. I will give you control of all my finances. I just need someone to help me, and I have no one else. I am sorry I called you pathetic when I am really the pathetic one. You were right about everything. I will do whatever you want, anything. Just answer me, please." Then she showed up at my house. I was in the garage working on my motorcycle last Saturday when she arrived in her car. It was making horrible noises and looked like it had not been washed in weeks. She got out of the car and just stood there for a minute, as if she did not know what to say. "Ryan, please, do not call the police or anything. I just need to talk to you for 5 minutes." I kept working on the bike without looking at her. "I brought you something." She held up a folded piece of paper. "It is a contract I drew up. I will sign it if you want. It says, I owe you $80,000 for everything you spent on me, and I will pay you back with $500 a month until it is paid off with interest. I also agree to never post anything about you on social media again and to publicly apologize for what I did." Still, I did not look at her. My car is about to completely break down, and I am going to lose it anyway. I am going to be evicted from the room I am renting because I cannot pay. I have not eaten a real meal in 4 days. Her voice started to break. "I know I do not deserve any help from you, but I am literally about to be homeless and I do not know what else to do." I finally looked at her. "You wanted to live your truth and be real with everyone? Did you not want to upgrade to a real man? How is that working out for you?" She started to cry. "Derek never cared about me at all. He just used me for sex and threw me away as soon as things got complicated. His wife is having the baby next week, and he is acting like I never existed. I destroyed everything for someone who saw me as a disposable toy. That is what happens when you are a homewrecker, Jessica. Did you really think he was going to leave his pregnant wife for you? I was not thinking at all. I do not know. I was bored. I was stupid and I wanted attention. I wanted to feel desired and special, but I already had that with you, and I was too dumb to appreciate it. She pulled out a handwritten letter. I wrote you a real apology, not for social media, just for you. I know it does not fix anything, but I wanted you to know that I understand what I did and how much I hurt you. I took the letter, but I did not open it. That is all. The investigations into my family. Is there anything I can do to help fix that? I know it is my fault for talking too much. I can testify or sign statements or whatever they need. I just want to help my parents in some way. Your parents made their own decisions, Jessica. I did not force your dad to commit insurance fraud or your mom to hide money from the IRS. I just reported what you told me they were doing. I know, but nothing. Do you want to know what is going to happen now? Your dad will probably go to prison. Your mom is going to owe hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes and fines. And you are going to spend the next few years dealing with your own legal problems. All because you could not keep your mouth shut and had to brag about how smart your family was for cheating the system. She was sobbing now. Please, Ryan. I will do anything. I will be your maid. I will clean your house for free. I will detail your car. I will do your laundry. I just need help getting back on my feet so I can pay everything off and try to rebuild my life. You should have thought about that before you decided to publicly humiliate me and call me pathetic in front of everyone we know. I know I was horrible and stupid and cruel, but please, I am begging you. Her phone rang. She looked at it and turned pale. It is my lawyer. I have to take this. She answered. What? Really? How much? Oh my God. Okay. I will see what I can do. She hung up and looked at me with total desperation in her eyes. They are pressing criminal charges next week. My lawyer says I need $15,000 just for the retainer if I want to have any chance of avoiding prison time. Sounds like a you problem. Ryan, please. I know I hurt you, but now I am facing real prison time. And not just me, my parents too. My whole family is destroyed because of my big mouth and my stupidity. The last message I received was yesterday at 2:47 in the morning. I am sleeping in my car behind a 24-hour laundromat. My parents are not talking to me. Derek has blocked me on everything. I have 23 in the bank and nowhere to go. I am starting a minimum wage job at a call center on Monday, but I will not get paid for 2 weeks. I am scared and alone, and I know it is all my fault. I do not expect you to help me, but I wanted you to know that you were right about everything. I was selfish, conceited, and I took you for granted. You deserved so much more than what I gave you. I am sorry. I have not replied to anything. You see, this is what Jessica never understood during our entire relationship. She thought she was manipulating me for 3 years. She thought I was a poor, weak fool who would always be there to fix her problems and pay her bills while she treated me like trash. She never respected me as a man or as a human being. To her, I was just an ATM with a comfortable place to live. But what she never knew is that I am a mechanical engineer. I solve complex problems for a living. I analyze systems, find weaknesses, and fix them efficiently. When someone presents me with a problem like being publicly humiliated, financially exploited, and emotionally destroyed, I approach it systematically and solve it completely. Jessica wanted to live her truth and upgrade to a real man. Well, now everyone knows the real truth about Jessica Martinez. The truth is that she is a superficial, spoiled gold digger who destroyed a good man's reputation for a few likes and then lost everything because she was too stupid and arrogant to keep her mouth shut about her family's illegal activities. She thought she was a big deal, posting that I was pathetic and boring while she was sleeping with a married man behind my back. She thought she could humiliate me in public and then just move on like nothing happened, with no consequences. She forgot that actions have consequences and that some men do not let themselves be walked all over. I gave Jessica exactly what she deserved. She wanted to play with a man's life, and she found out very quickly that some men know how to fight back and do not play games. The judicial system is still running its course with her family's legal problems. Vincent's criminal trial starts in 3 months, and his lawyer is already talking about plea deals. Lisa owes the IRS over $200,000 in back taxes and fines, and her business reputation is ruined forever. Jessica's legal problems are just beginning. The charges for tax evasion and trademark infringement do not go away easily. and I am doing better than I have in years. I got a promotion at work last month with a 12,000 raise. I bought a new Harley Davidson with some of the money I no longer spend on an ungrateful woman. I am seeing a girl from my softball league who has her own career as a nurse and who, imagine this, pays for her own things.